Hello, everybody. Nice to see all of you here. And welcome back to another exciting session of Storms over Cerenar. In Storms over Cerenar, Epic Boon has brought together more than 50 years of role-playing experience. We're trying to create an epic tale of sleeping gods and country-spanning conflicts in a high-level Dungeons & Dragons campaign. My name is Roy, and I have the pleasure of being your Dungeon Master for tonight. And with me, as always, I have 5 wonderful ding-dongs. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, ding dongs.
Hello, ding
Ding dong.
Well, maybe we should just jump right into our introductions. Everybody, please welcome all the way from outside of the European Union, my friend and your host, Alex. Good to see you, Alex.
Hello, still hurts. I am indeed Alex. I'm playing Aus, the Hexblade Warlock, who's got some new fancy stuff that he can do with the sword. Now we're level 14, which is all good. So we'll see what happens there.
Very nice. And next up, of course, is Anton.
Yes, hello. I'm Anton, and I play the slightly less grumpy than usual dwarf Torgen, who has just recently come out of hell and has also gotten some new magical tricks. So excited to be back.
Perfect. And with the webcam problems right now, hopefully we'll fix that in the break. My good and old friend Jonas, please, Jonas, say hello.
Oh, am I secret still? Can
Yes.
anybody see me? Am I invisible? Hello guys. I'm Jonas. I play the awesome barbarian Björn from the north, coming not to kill you all, but to pick your cheeks and say naughty words.
Okay. That's ominous, so thank you, Jonas, for that.
What session are we in for today, guys? Oh no.
Oh no. Next up, of course, is our good friend Leon. Thank you for being here, Leon. Welcome.
Hello, I am Leon. I'm playing Fierce, the human bard. I'm fresh out of Germany here and ready to inspire you with love songs and funny moments.
Thank you for, as always, for not breaking copyright infringed things, Leon. That's glorious. We are looking forward to all of
Parody
this.
songs, they're not a copyright infringement. I always change the text.
That is, if you're listening out there, Universal or Sony or whoever, that's a fact. So don't add me.
Don't add me.
Last but not least, a co-producer of Epic Boon Production from the frozen wastelands of Canada, we have, of course, Tanner. Tanner, nice to have you here as always.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm playing Nungle, a little gnome that likes to cast spells, and we'll see what kind of spells he casts today. More randomness.
Yeah, as all my players have alluded to, they have some stupidly powerful artifact magical items that develop with their characters, and I of course have a death wish as a GM, so I keep giving them more stuff to do. With that said, more things up their sleeves just means that I can do nastier stuff with my NPCs, so we'll see where that will lead all of us. So, before we start with the recap, I'm just going to remind everybody that Storms over Cerenar is a rowdy and sometimes dark role-playing campaign for adults. We try, sometimes we tackle hard or uncomfortable subjects. We try to do it in a respectful and empathetic way, but needless to say, audience discretion is advised. So, last time, our glorious heroes were here. They had returned victorious from the underworld, the land of the dead, bringing back their comrade Bjorn, but also they have released another soul, Torgen the dwarf, who now is free to pursue his destiny once more. You have been spending quite a lot of time in the underworld, and now you return to your quest to figure out more about this verdant shard and try to stop all of the fiery conflict that is slowly brewing in this world. Before you went into the underworld, you defeated the Leviathan Trade Company in a battle on the high seas. You killed the Kraken Siukahuani and released Captain Flint from servitude to this being. And now she sails free once again. Bjorn died in that combat. Now you brought him back, and Torgen is with you. And you'll remember what even got you here in the first place. Nongle, in your journey into the Grove of Marine, you saw a vision of your future self from another future, a possible future, warning you in staunch flow, telling you that you need to help your comrades on their journeys, and that Oust will need your expertise in Kangundi. You will never find the gods. In his future, they were too slow. But this time, you should try to find Professor Jan Ignatius, and that they will know about him in the Hall of Maps and Logs in Blimey Bay, and he can lead you on your way. And that is where we find ourselves, fresh out of hell. You are all lounging in the beautiful, enchanting area of Bluefire Bay, Bluefire Gorge. With these, I'll just show everybody here, show to everybody. Cool, we have this picture. It's beautiful. Still just kind of walking around on this cliff face, just a bit after a bunch of waterfalls. You have these blue crystals kind of growing everywhere, this kind of like faint oscillating like sound, almost like wind chimes as the breeze hits them. Of course, in a big like circle around Oust, they are completely silent and not moving at all. But otherwise, this is a breathtaking and beautiful place. I believe that Torgun, you were kind of just sitting with your feet in the water or just floating around, enjoying being alive. Or you were maybe in the Magnificent Mansion, just having fun. Down from the cliff, on the beach, there's still the colossal corpse of the Kraken that you slew, and you see sailors kind of milling around doing their thing. And there on the beach, you also see Captain Flint, now without all of her fishy stuff, walking around with and directing her crew members. So, guys, here you are on a fresh new leg on your journey. So tell me, what are you guys doing, and what are you going to do?
So it's still the evening we've just got? Well, the evening we got back from hell. Is that correct?
Yeah. Evening is probably I will say the sun is setting, so like it's about to set. So.
Okay.
We need to sleep. I'm
We
exhausted.
absolutely do. I'm absolutely shattered. So maybe sleep up and then get a move on in earnest in the morning.
Well, where are we headed to? Still Blimey Bay, I assume, or somewhere else?
Blimey Bay. We'll need to speak to the captain in terms of passage through this miasma or whatever it is that blocks Blimey Bay without the certain arcane implementation. But yes, we can. Maybe we discuss that this evening. Just make sure that it's all above board, shipshape, as it were, and then get on our way in the morning. Any objections?
No, we should make a head-in for Blimey Bay as soon as possible.
You'd like to go this evening, or
Might as well just tell her now.
tell her now? I mean, it's been no time for you. It's been a little bit of time for us, but it's been no time for these folks on the shore either. So,
And it's been way too long for me. Speaking of the whole Blimey
True.
Bay thing, I am probably going to need at least an abridged version of what exactly you're planning during tonight, but resting outside of the apartment for once does sound nice.
well, it sounds like we're mostly in agreement.
But
Let's
the
go and
lovely
speak
thing
to.
about ships is you can still sleep while they move.
Not 100% wrong. Let's speak to the captain first. There might be some repairs that we need to do after the battle anyway that they can do overnight, and then we can. Let's see where we stand first. Bjorn, do you want to come speak to the captain with me?
Sure.
You're the boatman,
Lovely lady.
and we will seek out the captain. Well, technically, there's a number of captains here now, but
The Admiral, actually.
the admiral, yeah, technically admiral now.
So you pack up your stuff. As should do that, Oust, please give me an insight roll.
Oh no. Sure. 2 seconds. I have. Just close that. insight. That is.
Back everybody.
I'm back above ground. Yeah. That's a 3.
Might be something you forgot. Nah, never mind. Probably not important.
That's
And
not
you
good.
pack up your stuff, and you are you all going together down to the shore, or?
Well, I mean, are we packing our stuff up now? Are we definitely all intent on leaving tonight, or
Right now on the cliff face, like you basically have you had your stuff spread around, right? You didn't set up a tent, if I recall correctly, did you?
True, but everybody else was in the process of setting up tents and things on the shore. All of the rest of the crews, whilst we were kind of doing the going to hell thing. So yeah, so I don't know whether like we're packing to leave straight away, or whether it's worth us going via the Admiral.
Probably go to Admiral Flint and figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, we'll head over there or down there.
Remind me, Leon, what was Theus doing as we ended last session?
I think he was just. The last thing was he was talking to us, and then opened up Pandora to talking.
Yeah, so you probably need to yeah, I guess you all got talking out of Pandora Land. All of the animal servants in there are traumatized, and I guess you make your way down the cliff face. Yeah.
Torgen also looks traumatized when he comes out of Pandora Land with beers, like a ton of alcohol under both arms, and it just dissipates as soon as he exits the mansion. But why? Why would you do this?
This is why we don't pay taxes when you go out. This is why.
Well, I hope you can do that trick more often. The animals were annoying, but the alcohol was nice.
Yeah. It's like there's certain things you can't bring over the border.
Good to know.
You
Need to get duty free for your magnificent.
Torgen just comes out with like a carton of cigarettes. They all disappear.
A bottle of liquor 6 feet tall, right? Yeah, Toblerone that's like 8 feet.
I knew it was too good to be true.
This is why we have customs.
Oh man, I need to play some Modern Fantasy with you guys. That would be fucking stupid. All right, you make your way down to the beach. You see. Oh, actually, I have. Let me check here. I have a map for this. It is glorious. I'm going to preload it. I'm going to pull you guys in. Let's see. Torgen, there you go.
Fucking hell.
Did you kill that thing? Is that your doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course we did. We're quite powerful, actually, despite what you saw in hell.
I am also guessing that might be the reason that you were one companion down in hell.
Yes.
Probably
I
shoot some cannons.
As you walk down, you see a bunch of crew like in the late afternoon sun, like they're standing around. Some of them are like posing as another guy like paints a picture of them as a brave sailor poses. There's like a dog on a leash. You see all of these. As all of these birds are kind of just circling around, you hear the sound of seagulls, and you see a bunch of animals basically just feasting on this large beached creature here. You like all of these pirate crewmen used to be kind of fishified, in a lack of a better word, when the Captain Flint was in the service of this kraken here. And now it looks like all of the seashells and the kind of the corals and the seaweed has kind of fallen off, and they are like just normal people again, albeit in severe need of a bath. They're all wearing like their small trinkets and their pirate clothing, and some of them are like sitting around in fireplaces, drinking some wine or grog or clam nog or whatever they have. As you come down here, you see that Captain Flint kind of sees you guys approaching, and when she recognizes that Bjorn is there, she kind of, like her eyes kind of go wide, and she kind of approaches you in front of the Kraken there.
You didn't
Captain?
think that this would take me beyond the depths, would you, Captain? Or Admiral?
Admiral like looks at you like she has like without the fish thing, she's like raven black hair, kind of looking swell in the in like her old Iranian Navy uniform. Honest to say, lad, I didn't know it to be true, and I was surprised to see that you managed to pull him back from the locker itself. Well then, congratulations all of you, but you do look tired, and excuse me for asking, sir, but who are you? And she looks at you, Torgen.
I think Tom kind of snaps out of like still looking out over the sea and the sky. Oh, right. They made a new friend on the trip down the locker. I am a bit of a stowaway, I suppose you could say, but I'm one of these folks now, I believe. I'm Torgen. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Yeah, fair enough. And she like, I'm Captain, Admiral Flint, and I am in charge of this bunch of scallywags that sail the seas. Here, and did you say you were dead?
Well, yes, much like the big fella over there, they kind of dragged me out of that place along with him.
So, she looks at you now, Nungle. How did all this come to pass?
How did what come to pass? How did we go to hell and back?
Did you went down to hell?
Of course we did. We had to go save our friend.
Well then.
Did
And
you
she managed
expect
to
anything
bring back
different
this
from us?
curry, right? She
This-
looks at the Kraken. Not really, no. Honestly, seem to do whatever pleases you, but I'm afraid it's not going to be enough any time, right?
I suppose not.
Well, I'm happy to see you here. And honestly, all of you, I owe you a debt, and I will be the first to tell you. I was bound to this creature here, and now I'm free to do whatever I must. And I guess if you have the same experience with these people here, Togen, you probably know how I feel.
In what little time I've known them, they seem to be able to accomplish quite some impressive things. I'm not
Oh, yeah,
surprised
that's
by
for sure.
this sea beast.
Well, it still boggles my mind that it went down without at least one ship getting blown up. But well, here we are. Now I'm all without the claws and the scales and everything. We need to look to what we're going to do next. I'll get you passage to Blimey Bay. But from what I have to do there, I have to be honest with you, I'm at a loss. And I'm afraid that the trade company will come back stronger and more powerful in force. We might have some days before we have to worry about that. And the last things of the hoard of the Kraken is being hauled up as we speak. But apart from that, what do you want to do now, all of you?
That's a good question. What's our current course of action now that we have Bjorn back?
The same it was before. Blimey Bay, Kangundi. Don't see any point in changing it now. We need to sort out there, find out what the old green thing is. And, well, seems like we might have been enlightened a little bit in our little side trip. So, no time like the present, I guess. Don't think there's
We do
any
have
more
that brought
pressing
us
matters.
together.
I mean, we do have that one thing that we have to keep in mind that we have to do because of the contract we had, down there.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
I'm only
You
thinking
mean-
about the bonus we get if we get it done quickly.
I hear
We
you
do have
right saying
time.
there might be a bonus somewhere.
Yes, we may have made a tiny deal with, Hades, and hell, just a tiny one. Tiny. Inconsequential in some ways, but not really.
I get the feeling that sometimes when talking with you lot, we should probably not think too much about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good idea, yes.
All right,
I mean,
Master.
This is our most operandi. We don't think about these things.
Ah. Fine. Well, all right then. So, when do you guys want to go? Some of the people here are celebrating the battle. They might be a little wayward, but I'm sure we can persuade them to continue the feast on board if you're in a hurry. There's a good day's sail for Blowy Bay from here. If we
Personally,
can get
I
through the mist, that is.
agreed. Personally, I'm not against camping here for the night and making sail in the morning, but I'll defer to the more worldly of my companions, the more well versed in sea travel.
If we make
Well, I
use
love
of the
the sea.
parts, anyone who is good with sea creatures, like that giant thing over there, can we make use of the parts in some ways? Anyone knows?
Honestly, now I spent some time in servitude to that thing, and honestly, I would rather that no part of it stays alive, or present, or in anything, if you don't mind.
I mean, there's like some awesome like kraken teeth, and maybe the kraken eye, kraken like claws, kraken spikes.
Yeah, I thought we already like
We could-
we kind of picked that apart already, right? I've got.
I mean, we could have a kick-ass seafood barbecue with that thing. Imagine for how long? Like the biggest seafood barbecue party in the whole world.
I understand that, but you're also looking at my tormentor here, and it's not like you can mutilate it all you want. Like I'm fine with that, obviously, but just feels honestly, I just want to go away from it and never look back. If you understand me.
Yeah, like just like leave it to us and some man that's like strong or can like you don't have to be part of this if this is too much for you. But I think it's such a waste seeing this big creature that is like definitely of some like maybe there's a bounty somewhere for that.
I've never
or,
heard about anyone using that for things, but
at least a memento. Or make some food. Like I heard there's some really nice things you can make with calamari.
aye, squid, not whatever this thing is.
I agree with our captain here. I don't think we should be eating giant monsters from the sea.
Aye, Mr. Noggle. I think maybe I can I offer anyone some clam nog maybe, or
Oh.
some other food, alcohol.
No, thank you.
I'll gladly take the alcohol, absolutely.
Oh, and Mr. Bjorn, I'm assumed that you would like your usual big boy gulp of clam nog, right?
Yes, please. Extra clam, if possible.
Ah, yeah, of course, extra for me. Go ahead and bring it up, and there beers for the rest then. Or are you looking
Sure.
for something a wee bit stronger?
Oh, do tell.
Oh, well, I have some Moridian fire whiskey and some cheap rum, but that's the two of it.
Not much of a beer drinker, so that sounds good. Well,
Perfect.
yes.
All right, join me then. And she like brings you over to the tent. There's a bunch of people kind of celebrating your big victory over the Kraken, and they're kind of like drinking and celebrating and feasting. And a lot of them are drinking these big cups or buckets. Some of them with like clam nog. It's a cultural thing, apparently. So do you guys participate or?
What does look valuable on that crack? Or like memorable?
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Nature, let's see. Nature.
Teeth are definitely big and scary. You could also probably it's weird because it has scales, but also kind of like an amphibious body. It's weird, like a draconic squid.
I want something that's small enough that I can make like a necklace out of it. Like, is there some rope around or like some?
Yeah, you could probably
chains?
you could probably take. There's a bunch of like splinters or kind of metal scarring in the face of it. You can maybe take a small splinter of that, or you could probably pry loose a smaller scale around the mouth of it.
Okay, I just want to like make it a little, like a small accessoire.
Sure.
Okay, good. How long does it take?
I don't know, 10 minutes.
Okay, good. As soon as I finished it, I'm searching for Bjorn.
What is Bjorn doing?
I'm trying to get as much foam from the clamnock in his sculpts as possible.
Bjorn is getting really drunk really quickly.
Also,
looks
say,
like-
follow Bjorn, definitely. Like, talking to stay next to him. What is this drink? Why are we drinking it? Also, why isn't there more of it? I'm alive for the first time in so many years. Give me some of that.
The best thing is, there is more.
And this is just a big, frothy kind of weird drink with alcohol and clam soup, basically. It's
Yeah.
great. It's the first thing with real taste you had in a long time, I guess.
My God, I love it. Can we stay a few more days here, please?
Yes,
Well-
Diaz. Yes.
Just test. Like look at the finger. Left, right. You can still see it. Okay, good. Okay, then you're not drunk. Then you're not too drunk if you can still see it. Like left, right, still fine, Bjorn.
Yes, I can see all the fingers.
Okay, good. Then you are still not too drunk. Okay, then I can still talk to you, which is good. I have something for you. Like I take out like the little accessoire, like this maybe piece of scale and piece of teeth, like maybe not like a necklace, but just like a little like something that he can hang onto his belt or like on his armor.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I thought about making a cloak out of it, but it was too big. So maybe the idea you got there is even better. Just a small reminiscence of our kill together.
Yeah, I think like every hero needs to have like when the tales of the heroes are told, usually like, they're showing around some of the parts that of the beast that they have slayed, like your thing with the bear thing.
Yeah.
I think it's
think
very
that's a great
fitting
idea.
that. Yeah, I think you should have something fitting for that, especially
Next
because
time we kill some instruments, you should have them.
next
I
time when
don't
we kill
know
the
what I'm
instruments,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
fine,
no,
Bjorn.
it's
I
getting
know
to
what you
be.
mean.
It's getting to be fast.
It's fine, Bjorn. I know.
No
I know.
more
God, it's
hot dogs for
just-
this man.
Right. All of the people like they keep bringing the clam nog. There's a bunch of clam nog. It's gross.
Yeah, let me just like put it on here. I put it on his belt. It looks good. It's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad that you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
Don't
How's
disappear
your-
again. Don't
I was
disappear on me.
drinking a glass of fire whiskey with the admiral. And Risha Safis is there as well. So you went to hell itself, it seems.
Yeah,
That
actually,
sounds like an awesome story. You must tell it. How is hell? Is it as black as and sad as it could be?
honestly, I quite enjoyed myself, to be honest. I mean, you know, can't say I've not had a particularly run of good luck up here, but down there, I don't know. Things are on their head a little bit, but certainly strange. There was an obscenely annoying halfling, but he wasn't even directly associated with hell. But we only saw facets of it. We didn't do a deep dive, but well, the main thing is there's nobody going through. They're all well, let's say the River Styx has been damned, as it were, in more ways than one. Actually, that's quite funny. Well done, me. But yes, it seems this meddling by Arkan way back when has kind of removed a lot of the business that hell and the underworld would deal with. But
Well, I was about to say that if the conventicle are to be believed, well, we should all be. There should be no gods anymore, no?
I've got a feeling that's nowhere near the full truth. I think there's probably more gods than letting on. I think there's probably more gods than they even realize. Even the ones that they didn't, kill or subdue back in the day.
Mr. Roust, I'm a pirate captain by trade now, and I work with sailors. They are a superstitious lot. So maybe it is just a part of nature of being. I do not know. But if you are making some kind of balance, like you are for us and our crews, then I guess I appreciate it.
Well, all in a day's work, apparently, nowadays. So, yes, I mean, well, and I would like to let you know, I know you said that you were in some kind of debt to us. Believe me, I don't think
this is Cephis you're talking to right now.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Gosh. Yes, well, one superstition supersedes another, doesn't it, in many ways? The conventicle seem to be, or have always been dead set on, at the same time, subduing superstition, but then also, building up their own backward sense of it. So, all it's doing is making way for one thing or another. And, much as the way the tides ebb and flow, I think we might see a resurgence of certain things outside our true comprehension. Does seem that way.
Well, then, here's to believing that gnomes steals your pants if you hang them out to dry without observation, then. And that if you walk underneath a ladder, you will be cursed by black luck, yes?
Oh, certainly. Black cats, though, are absolutely fine. And I hold that to this day. But, yes, to all of that.
I appreciate the sentiment towards my feline ancestry. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
And as you chill with Cephis, you see Admiral Flynn kind of moving on, and she approaches Theus. No, Master Theus, they have a word. Or can I have a word? I think it's the more right thing to say.
You can even have a sentence if you want to.
Oh, really? Because I was more going for a conversation, really.
Good. That is something that you can do. Yeah.
Right. Well, she kind of pulls her aside. She's like kind of mulling over rum in her cup there as she. I'm sorry if this might be I feel like prying, but I heard you when you were on the ship talking about your adventures so far, and is it right to understand that you were in some kind of bad place in service to some dark people before you were here?
sometimes we cannot escape from our past. We did some. I think you might understand it, that we make bad decisions when we are in bad places. We do not know better.
Ain't that the truth? It feels like hundreds of years ago I assaulted Blimey Bay and deposed the Mad King himself, but now I'm here. I found myself consumed by vengeance in service of a dark power, but now I'm freed. And I guess I have fate or a destiny, or at least a future to pursue. And honestly, I don't know what to do with it. And I wanted to ask you, what did you did?
You have to understand that that we who walked before, or those who walked before, make the way for those who walk after. I'm one of those that walked after, for someone that showed me the way that I really cared about. You have also had someone that you really cared about, right?
Aye.
What do you think?
I'm a Celestine.
What do you think she would have liked you to do? I think she would have liked you to be happy.
I think you're right.
I think you should honor her memories
You know, I'm not sure she's actually really gone.
and search for her.
Well,
Search for
I
her
found
and make a
We're
life.
trying to get her up of the waters as we speak. Still petrified, it would seem, but in the morning, I think we'll be done with the preparations so we can haul her back up. Have you heard the men talk about it? Her?
I heard some things about her. You cared a
No.
lot about her.
Yes, she was my paramour, my one and only everything, the most beautiful soul in this world. And the Pirate King, the mad Pirate King, took her for himself. And in my crusade of vengeance against him, I arrived too late to not see her walking the plank. You see, I don't know how I made it through the mist that time. We just did. And the legend goes it was her song bringing us closer to her, to Blimey Bay. And I can't say if that's right or wrong. I'm sure Soulwater didn't see anything or hear anything. But legends have a thing of becoming alive with itself, you know? She points to some guys, and they are wearing like small wristbands or like necklaces with like a small kind of marble coins, almost like white coins. They revere her, some of them. She has become some kind of symbol of the sea, of the promise of safe harbor after a long and perilous journey. That if somehow we believe in her, then the dangers of the sea and the fiery, chaotic waves of death that might come upon a sailor at any moment, somehow it's less pressing, less likely to happen. What do you think that has made her, Theus?
I don't really know. I don't know her, but you do know her.
At least I knew her.
And find out if you still know her. I would say that try. I knew someone that said that every living being tries to be, like, the goal of every living being is to be happy and to make others happy. And I try to live by that. I don't know if this is the right path for you, but if you can get her back, try to be happy with her.
Well, Only thing I can do is try, isn't it?
Nobody knows what the future holds.
No, but I have responsibility to all these people, and I guess I have to plot out the course. I know one thing, Master Theus. If the Leviathan Trading Company is coming for Blarmir Bay, I'm not going to give up without a fight.
So you left one?
The people I have a responsibility to. If I have a responsibility to make myself happy, what about those people under my protection? The people of my crew, of the other ships, and my fleet.
And ask yourself, would you be unhappy if they are unhappy?
Well, I most certainly would be, Master Theus.
And that's you have the answer.
yeah.
Do things that make you happy. And if the happiness of others make you happy, then make sure that the others are also happy.
Well then, I guess peace is not on the forecast for now, is it then?
Speak for a woman like you who is traveling the seas, peace is never an option.
Well, what is the old Chthonian saying? I don't remember. Something if you want peace and quiet, you need to beef up.
Yeah, like something war, something peace. I know what you mean.
I'll remember to ask Oust at some point.
Like that was us. Like we can ask him. Like I knew it was like something peace, elves and war.
You know,
like if you want peace, then elves bring war, right? This is.
Oh yeah,
this was the right one.
Well, that was why we fought the whole Sundering War, wasn't it? Well, I didn't. My grandparents did. Nah, never mind. It's a long story, long in the past. What I wanted to ask you again, being serious for a moment, I've been kind of consumed by vengeance for many years, and now I got it finally. Then what now? Am I just letting it go and trying to be happy? Could you change your nature in that way? And if you could, how?
I don't think we can forget our past, and it's often difficult to let go of a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes we wake up from nightmares that have plagued us, that we can never forget, for things we have done, for those we have lost, but also for those we can yet save. You're someone that is still dear to you, someone that can still save.
Oh yeah.
And focus on
worth, then, Master
what
Theus.
is worth. For that's worth, focus on that, because let me just tell you, hanging to your past really drags you down. I don't think you want to sink back into that bottomless depth where
Definitely not, no.
that curtain there lies.
Well, you sure sent her back to the depth where she belongs. And for what it's worth, Master Theus, I hope that you get to live a long and happy life as well. And when shit hits the fan with the trading company, I hope to have you by my side once more.
Yeah, it's good to have allies. I hope you can bring... We can have our backs, you have our back, we have your back, sometimes in the future. Sounds good.
Yeah, judging upon what you're told about, you might need it sooner rather than later. Alright then, I'm going to get shit-faced and I'm going to sleep and we'll sail tomorrow.
Yep.
Good talk. And she just leaves.
Am I in, like, eye line of her? Can I see her as she goes away?
Sure, I will say so.
Sure. I'm going to run over to her. Let's go.
Oh, Master Oust, that Chthonian saying, what was it again? The one with the peace and the war.
Civis pay some parabellum. If you want peace, prepare for war.
Yes, perfect. That was it. All right.
Cool.
Hey, Theus! It was, can you say it again, please?
Civis pay some parabellum in the old Chthonian. If you want peace, prepare for war. I think.
Theus just nods. What?
There was also the one about carrying a big stick. I can't remember. But anyway, you appear to be on your way to get shit-faced. Quite rightly. Could I borrow you for 20 minutes?
Most certainly so.
Sure, you can probably keep drinking while we're doing it. Actually, it shouldn't take long.
Just
I
before you
want
chuck
to,
anything, Mister. I like the
Oh
ladies.
no! Don't worry. No,
All right,
nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Fine.
More a meditative thing.
I'm an admiral of pirates. I have to be very clear in that kind of communications. Some people.
No,
never
absolutely.
got raised
Communication is number one.
Right then.
No. Yes. Right. Well, we do need somewhere quiet, as I said, all above board. And basically, what I want to do is try and hook her into the to the confluence, just so we
Sure.
have some means of communication. Whether that will only take 20 minutes, or whether I can at least begin establishing the contact now, while she's here, because it'll be a little bit easier.
How can you explain to me how you want to plug her into the conduit?
Yeah, I suppose I need to work out whether she still has some kind of remnant of her powers that she did when she was under the sway of the Kraken.
Most
Or whether
definitely.
she is.
Most
Okay.
definitely. When you kind of feel her out, she has like trace remains of a kind of eldritch energy is still in her system, right? So this should be fairly fucking easy.
Yeah. In which case, I will probably get her to sort of channel that into, probably into the blade. To be honest, I'll put the blade sort of in between us, sort of sat cross-legged on a big rug kind of deal, and then just kind of get her to channel that whilst I'll channel, sort of almost a triangular, her into the blade, me to her, and then we kind of just go around.
Right, channel that. Never was much of a spellcasting sort. More like the Kraken gave me things and I just did it. Right, it wasn't really that much of thinking about that. But how can we connect to this? It sounds like an interesting proposition. What about this? And she like kind of takes out a bottle of rum and she she just like opens it up with the shard.
Mm-hmm.
And then she like pours 2 glasses, and then she's maybe you can put some of your weird little dust in this, and that might work.
That would work, probably. Who knows? Let's find out. I will do that. Plenty of it. I'll just kind of produce it from anywhere, like I normally do. Right. Once we're in, you've looked at maps before. You've stared intently at them, and you know when you're almost about to fall asleep, and you just kind of sort of begin lulling.
Aye.
You're trying to keep your eyes open.
Aye.
Just do that, you know. And then, yeah. You know, to dead squids. I don't know. And I'll just knock the rum back. And then my eyes just go whoop, green.
And you both kind of zone out, and you find yourself at the verdant confluence. I'm going to put the rest of you in here as invisible tokens, so you can all see the map I made from things. Just so the rest of you can follow along. So you see that you're this like big arcane crossroads. You have these kind of stony spirals with the runes everywhere, and then there's just like the emptiness of starlight and darkness that kind of forms in these kind of dark glyphs that you can kind of see, and you have the map in the middle. You see the you see the map of Cerenar with the points. All right. Well, no one expected a nice place, I guess.
It's all right. It's a bit empty so far, but we're looking to fill it out.
Aye.
So let's see. Who would you know?
So you're saying if I'm
Mrs.
Aye, what?
Well, you can see Mr. Sophis is there. Actually, there's a number of Mr. Sophises. Long story.
Oh, yeah, he told me. It's super weird.
But
right.
yes, and you can kind of see there's that sort of very faint green light next to it.
Aye.
That's basically you right now. It's just coming through or beginning to. You're kind of in the same geographic area, so yep. It's But sorry, go on. What were you gonna say?
Right now, I'm just really happy I was drinking. No, nice place. So you're saying that if I'm connected to you in this thing, we can communicate over far distances. Is that it?
In a manner of speaking, not necessarily all the time, but definitely when we want to.
Well,
providing you're happy with that, wouldn't want to bother you too much.
Aye, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely. If you helped me so far, and I'm counting on your help later as well, if you don't mind me saying so.
That's fine. Absolutely fine. We're well, we're practically freelancers nowadays. So yes.
Well, what kind of ally would I be if I wasn't there to help you then?
Likewise. You know, sure we'll be in need of a navy at some point. Definitely.
Aye. Well, that's nice. I'm really happy I'm drunk going in here.
Yes. It's getting brighter now. Just coming in.
Aye. And that
See.
small acorn over there, what's that?
The acorn, did you say?
Oh yeah, the acorn with the little tree growing out of it.
Acorn with a tree out of it. Goodness me.
That was
Excuse
the one Bjorn.
Smells like piss.
Yeah, it's Bjorn is kind of growing it.
Well, yes. Bjorn's your man for that. We do have some kind of sort of group-wide connection to this, but he's adding stuff in. I'd imagine it's got something to do with the North. They normally do. One could say, at least, you know, cinematically, it could be something to do with the World Tree, but who knows? Can't say that the North's lore is really my expertise, but there we go.
Aye,
That's just
all
military tactics. No.
well, fierce fighters are they all, but ruthless.
Didn't you tell me
Decorum, wouldn't
twice?
I say so? All right then. Well, if you don't mind, I would love going back to getting shit-faced with my crew.
Absolutely, yes. Well, we've established at least some level of connection. I can work on it if we need to, and if needs be. But thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And I will kind of begin, sort of, all of the green points of light just begin forming into one. Just gets bright, bright, bright. Bang, we're back out. My eyes go up. Whoop.
She like coughs out some dust. All right.
Yes, that won't happen all the time. Don't worry, it's just the first time.
All right.
Well, let's go get shit-faced.
All right, let's get it shit-faced.
Obviously.
You go and get shit-faced. Anyone else wants to do anything tonight?
Get absolutely shit-faced, but nothing specific.
I guess you get absolutely shit-faced with Bjorn. You are Bjorn. You have 3 levels of exhaustion, so I don't think you're holding it up for many hours.
Nope.
And you keep on going, and you have a great night. Nongle, in the morning, how does your hair look?
Well, before the morning, if we have some time while everyone else is drinking or whatnot, Nongol is going to this Kraken Hihuani who sits here on the shore is just too much for Nongol just to leave. He's already pulled, I wrote down 50 for Kraken parts, but before I leave the Kraken, I'd like to do some last minute investigation. So I'll set up kind of like a dig site around it so I have plenty of light. And I'll have Nibbles, Kevin, and the Clockwork all work on seeing if we can pick apart this thing and find anything else.
You're going to search through its contents? Like, this is a massive creature, right?
Oh no, not through its contents. I want to try to identify anything that could be useful from this, right? So, I did some research before, but I was kind of pressed for time. I have a night to do it now, so I'd like to do that.
Go ahead and give me a nature roll, please.
Sure.
You're rolling privately, my friend.
Yeah, I'll reveal that. 27.
That is really good. A lot of monsters are hard to kind of utilize in the way that people usually do right? You're sure that if you take the skin out and dry it, it would make some really thick and high quality leather. The scales are kind of the same, but they're like not. Dragon scales are almost metallic in the way they work, right? So you can craft things from it. But generally, this creature here, it's not like yes, Kraken is the prime ingredient of some kind of special potion or something, right? But I will say taking some of the spikes, some of the teeth are definitely materials that people would like to get their hands on. I think they're more valuable, like ivory is valuable in some circles. So teeth of bone, and you could probably get some. Adhesive, some interesting and very strong adhesive from the suction cups on the tentacles.
All right, what can I take? Like what? Like how much could I take? Like
How much? How much?
If it's just
made-
wood, like if it's just like the teeth or spines or whatever, I mean that's something that's probably been collected by the crew.
Yeah, some of them have. I will say you could get 20 pounds of kraken bone.
Kraken bone, all right, but I'm more
Yeah.
interested in the glue. Anyone can grab
Yeah.
bone.
No, yeah, but the glue is not interesting. How much kraken glue do you want?
Enough to make like a. If it's super strong, I need enough to actually condense it down to make like a potion out of it.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right?
I would say you could basically take as much as you can carry.
Oh, how do I ship it though? Do I have anything to put that in?
Do you have your bag of holding?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Barrels
throw,
on the boats.
Just throw glue in the bag of holding. That's a horrible idea.
You also have the gnomish levitator,
Yeah.
the nomad levitator, and the wagon, right?
Yeah, I just want to know like where am I gonna store it without it hardening and without it sticking to what I store it into.
Yeah, probably bottles. Anything airtight would keep it from like coagulating or drying out, right?
Okay, I'll okay, I will. This is gonna be fun. I am going to fireball the sand, and then I am going to fabricate some potions, some potion bottles.
So
Or I'll fabricate like a large like glass kind of dome that I could put a bunch of it into. Let's say 10 pounds of it.
I would say that you could probably get way much more, but it would be a pain in the ass to carry around.
Yeah.
I would say if you want to, you could get
the bag of holding,
yeah.
right? So.
Yeah, you could probably get like 20 bottles or 20 kind of containers with 2 pounds in each, or 2 liters, a liter in each, I guess.
Okay, cool. I'll put that down.
Yeah, so just say 10 gallons of the glue, and you have like in gallon-sized containers. Because apparently we're using freedom units, so we might as well do it.
All right, so 10 gallons of Kraken glue. I'll just put that in my inventory, and then I'll tinker with that later.
Kraken mucus, to be technically correct.
Yeah. And then I still have that 50 Kraken parts that I could kind of like tinker around with later as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. That's it. That's all Nongo wants to do.
Go ahead.
Can I take Torgnus?
Sorry, in the morning, I would still have the kind of Guy Fieri hair, but I'll like try to prestidigitate it, get it kind of slicked back a little bit, making it look not so like crazy. So
If you really wanted it to hold, you know we can use.
no, I'm not using the glue I just found. It turns out I just make dippity doo out of my freaking out of Kraken parts.
You invented hair wax.
Yeah.
Yes, Noggle Wax, the premier hair supplement for creatures of all sizes with hair.
Oh, man.
You can also use it as shell wax. So, Theus, you wanted to do something?
Oh yeah, I would like. Can I look for Torgen?
Sure. Torgen is getting super drunk next to Bjorn's sleeping body.
Well, this is the next morning. He's not drunk anymore, right?
Well, then he would be hungover next to
Okay.
Bjorn's snoring body.
He would definitely drink as long as possible before he eventually just collapses at whatever impromptu table that this is happening at.
He's just in the sand somewhere.
Okay. Look at him. Let's see. Can I still restoration him just like to get the alcohol out of his system?
Yeah, if you have the diamond, sure.
Magical wake up slap.
No, it's not diamond. It's like touch. Like lesser restoration is just touch.
Oh, lesser restoration. Yeah, sure. Like I will say he's still a bit groggy for like the first part of the day, but definitely takes off the edge, right?
Very good. Like touch his head. Torgen. I need you to just have a clear head.
No, I don't want to play board games again, Ray. Go away.
It's me.
I said no. Just tell him I'm late for work. Go away.
You're not at work here. You're live. You're free.
Kind of just squints his eyes open, looking around.
Morning sun is messing with you.
I feel like I'm dying. You have to take me away.
No, but I see that you're still remembering Rick, and you two had quite a relationship, like down there.
If
Do you have
not
any?
worse.
Do you have anything that you still remember him by?
Are you kind of patting down himself and eventually pulls out like the honeycomb, like the weirdly colored
That's just
honeycomb?
sand everywhere in your beard, in your hair, in your clothes. Just sleeping on a beach like that is not
Also,
about
you also see
cool.
Torgen like pull out like a few different books of like Scouts 101, like part 1, part 2. I have a few things. I don't actually know why I still have these around, but why are you asking?
No, I just think that when I don't know if you will be missing him. Probably not now, but there might come a day where you will be missing him, and the memories you shared together, no matter how bad or good or horrible or worse they were, But I think it's important to like have something to remember those we left behind by. So I thought about like I take out my painter's toolkit and there's like I think I thought about like making a little like picture for you with if either just Rick or you and Rick, like just a memory to remind you that he once existed, you and him.
The memory is still very, very recent, but I think for better or worse, that idiot was probably helpful. I mean, he did get me out of that place, so I think I would like that. But if you're going to be drawing, could you just take 2 steps to the right? The sun is really getting on my nuts.
Right. Like just give me some how do you want the picture? Like should he like look menacing or like friendly? Do you want him like it's just a solo picture? Like I'm just like essentially asking what kind of picture like painting Torgen wants to have.
I think it would be a disgrace to draw him in anything but exceedingly happy, and I think it would also be a dishonor to the memory to draw me in anything but sad. If anything, it's a reminder of how things have been better since then. Something along those lines.
Okay, so I will draw both of them sitting playing tabletop games, while Rick is currently winning, insanely happy, like rolling 2 natural 20s. Meanwhile, he's sitting there, like just essentially leaning with his face on his like hands, just and while he's looking at his stack of like two copper. Like I imagine like the hell version of Monopoly, where he has just like two paper
very few money.
Two paper bills left, and there's like Rick with all the hotels, and the drawers for them. Yeah, just like make this.
Right. This is that scene from yesterday. I think this was 5 minutes before I stabbed him in the neck, right?
Yeah, I was there.
I think this will be good in the time to come. I appreciate this. But I really, really need to get away from this sunlight, so if you don't mind, can you show me to somewhere where this bloody sun isn't in the way?
I think like behind that crack, it's just like this is like a giant like sunscreen, like.
Just don't leave without me. I'll take a minute.
Anyone wants to do anything in the morning, or you can all take a long rest.
I was
If
going
you
to
have
say
exhaustion, you can reduce it by a level.
I was going to say before, probably after the night of drinking, I probably would have walked back up to where we kind of did the ritual before, where all the crystals were, but it was like weirdly quiet for me. Instead of there was no harming from the blade, and probably just passed out there and slept there. But then I'll make my way back down in the morning.
You wake up, like all of the soul fire, all of these blue kind of crystal stony shards, things kind of alive, but anything within like a 30 feet radius of you are eerily like completely still.
Nice.
How much can I reduce my exhaust level with?
1. So you're at 2 now.
Wait.
Question, Roar. I have a spell
Yeah.
that requires a holy symbol as a component worth at least 5 gold pieces. How quickly could I create a holy symbol worth 5 gold pieces?
I will say the manifest would qualify.
Okay, perfect. Then Nongol will go to wherever Bjorn is.
Where is Bjorn?
I think he's bathing. So he's butt naked in the sea.
I'll go.
You see the water slowly freezing when it goes up the shore and get close to the pelt of the white bear.
Okay, yeah. Nongol will walk up to Bjorn. I'm assuming there's not a cold aura emanating from him at the moment.
No, from his the pelt, the white bear pelt he wears. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So when you pass that, like it's like frozen sand for like a few feet.
Bjorn Nongol leans down, picks up some of the sand. Like, interesting. Bjorn.
Bjorn emerges from the water. You can see the filth is spraying from his body, and his large beard is flipping and hitting his face. You see him suck in air and drinking a bit of the seawater.
You're not supposed to drink. Never mind. When you're done here, would you mind just coming with me, just kind of behind the crack there a little bit? I need to do something, and I may need protection for it.
Sure.
Good.
Let me just get my cloak. It's getting a bit too warm.
Very well. Nongol's kind of like trying to avoid looking.
Anything within eye height of you, yeah, get it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bjorn
Ow!
goes and
You just hit me in the eye! No!
Bjorn get his dirty clothes and puts them on and walks with the with his small gnome friend.
All right. If you just, this may take some time, but I just found new research inside my book here, and I need to identify exactly what it is. So,
Of course.
Nongol starts basically carving runes out in this very large area, about 100 feet across on either side. And after casting a spell for at least an hour, I'm going to cast Temple of the Gods and see what the hell this does.
You begin to do, like, you kind of copy the runes down from the book and do all the things, but as you should, like after 10 minutes of drawing out, you can feel like something is, you're missing some kind of component to this. This is not, you could just, like, somehow it's not enough just to do the runes.
Is there anything in the book that would be able to help me after the casting, or?
Want to give me an Arcana roll?
I could do that. Arcana 35.
Wow.
It would seem that these runes are tuned to a specific location, not just in this plane, but on every plane.
I see.
So it's you cannot this Temple of the Gods you can only cast in a specific place.
Specific place, yeah. See, I want to cast Word of Recall as well, but I want to be able to get back.
Well, that's why you have the Dimension Door project.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted. Thank you, Bjorn. Bjorn, looks like this didn't work the way I planned it to.
Well, no one died, so I guess it's a success anyway, in some sense.
Well, you look a little exhausted. If we need to clean some of that up for you, let me know. But it does take some components. If it takes us a bit to get to Blimey Bay, then we should be fine. But if we're going to go into combat or anything, let me know and I'll see if I can cure you up.
Sure, everything helps. Taking a bath and stuff like that really brightens your mind. Sadly, it's also the body that's very hurt.
Of course. Well, let's go and see the others. We're probably late for breakfast.
You come back, you get some food, and like this, all the sailors are kind of packing up their things, and people are beginning to row onto the ships. Admiral Flint is kind of waiting for you at a longboat, and she's like, "Hey then, ready to go aboard the Aurelian for your travels to Blimey Bay then."
Certainly, yes. If anybody else is, also just before we do this, in the morning, is it possible just like with the kind of the post night of drinking clarity, I could have try and remember what it is that I think I've forgotten that I did yesterday?
Go ahead and give me an insight check as you wake up. No.
That's a 0. Cool.
Oh, poor you.
Can we go back to hell now?
35. 35 to 0.
You get up. You roll out. When you're in the longboat, Captain Flint or Admiral Flint talks to you. It's like, all right, then we'll need to figure out a way to brave the mists of Ocasta. I'm not sure, since we don't have any of the Keystone Shankas in our possession. We might need to figure that out. But I did it once before, and I'll do it again. I guess the rest of you then. Would you need anything specific for the journey, or just quarters? And as you're going, sailing towards the ship, you see that there's a big operation going on. They have built a crane that's going out on the side, it's pretty far out in the bay, and you see a bunch of sailors are kind of heaving a big chain up from the depths of the sea. It looks like. You can slowly hear Oust. You can slowly hear the humming from the blade, just slowly beginning.
From the chain. Oh, from the. Sorry. So, me spotting or us spotting the chain, or the chain coming into view, does that seem to line up with the humming? Is what I'm trying to say.
It's on the way, right?
Every time they drag up the chain a little bit, the humming takes on a little bit in intensity. I will put it like that.
I will. I'll just keep my eye on what's going on then. I don't know. As it keeps going up.
So, any ideas then?
Just quarters, I think. Unless anybody else has any specific requirements. I don't believe so.
Roar, would I be able to cast Private Sanctum on the ship as we sail?
How big can a Private Sanctum be?
100 feet on each side.
Yeah, you could probably do another limitator and then just use that.
Yeah, but we're taking the other ship, right? We're gonna mount the like we did before.
Yeah, I will say the levitator has been brought up onto the Flying Arenian.
Okay. So before we set sail, I'd like to cast Private Sanctum on it then.
All right.
Actually, I could just do it now. I could last 24 hours, so.
You should go up there and begin to cast that. Your uncle Snicksnack prophecy. So then, everything went fine, or?
Everything's fine. Concentrating. What do you want?
Well, last I saw you, Bjorn was dead, and now he's standing there. So I guess we good, or?
don't see why not. We're just fine.
Whatever. he leaves.
Captain, what are you
Aye.
pulling up at the moment? Large chain.
My girlfriend.
Ah. Right.
The statue.
Good to know. Fair
And
enough.
as you get like it's a long process as you're like kind of milling around the ship. You see all these sailors are like heaving up, and the closer it gets, like the shark kind of reacts. You as it gets up, the do you just want to see what happens, or do you want to do anything before I narrate what happens when it gets pulled up, basically?
I'm just gonna kind of like say to myself, but kind of angling it kind of inward and or towards kind of the essence of the blade and the scroll case, and just go as sort of just stood on the deck just watching this happen, just friend or foe, and see whether I get anything back.
You only had this feeling once before, when the illithid was caught in the ring. So it's more like an instinctual answer. Food.
Right. Let's see. I am going to, hearing that, and just knowing the situation we're in terms of this is, Captain Flint's girlfriend that we're pulling out of the water, I'm just going to go, excuse me, gentlemen, I'm going to, got a bit of a headache, just going to lie myself down. And I'm just going to get out of eye shot of this chain and what's coming out of the water as quickly as possible. So I think, whilst the illithid was good eating, I've got a feeling that this is going to be even more of a tricky conversation to have. So I'm going to just remove myself from it.
All right? That's prudent. I'll say that. I'm actually, Alex. I'm going to give you an inspiration for that as well. And since you already have one, you can give it out to whoever you think deserves it or doesn't have anything. You don't need to make it a contest.
Sure. Who don't have one right now? Right, we'll give it to Nongle then.
Thank you.
You kind of feel this conflicting feeling of hunger and kind of desire towards whatever energy that's getting pulled up. The rest of you see the crewmen kind of keep heaving. All these big burly sailors are just heaving this up, and then like in the morning sun, you see the otherwise pretty still water getting broken. Big like kind of fishing net is like wrapped around this beautiful human-sized marble statue of a stunning, breathtaking woman. Long hair, kind of in like a simple dress. Like a master kind of sculpture has been carved. It looks so lifelike how the fabric kind of looks. She's like holding two hands towards her chest, and her hair is like standing up, like she's sinking down into water. You see, like it shines in the sunlight when all the droplet that's spilled from it as it drips. It hangs from it like seaweed and a few fish fall out of the net as well. Torben, as you see this, something changes for you momentarily. It is like ever since you ended up in hell, there was like tinnitus, like a low drone in your head. Sometimes something. It has never been completely quiet, but as you look at this statue, there's like completely calm. You hear perfectly the droplets hitting the water, the seagulls, strain of the chain. For a moment, as you look at this statue of this sinking woman, you know peace, and something that you thought you forgot for a second returns. A feeling that is very clearly guilt.
I think Torben looks a bit like, still probably like sitting square in the sand, like watching this entire thing unfold.
Oh, you're
Looks
on
a
the
little
ship
bit-
now, yeah.
Oh, on the ship, okay, on the ship. Looking a bit confused for the first time in a long time. It's been 50 years that he's been down there. Huh. That's a bit strange. He kinda-
Everyone, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, is there any other memories tied to it, or is it just the emotion?
Right now, it's just this emotion. First, calm, and somehow, like, a more peaceful feeling with that, and then just a hint of guilt, something buried deep inside.
After looking confused for a bit, he kind of looks down at the remains of all the alcohol that he had the other day. Right, perhaps a bit too soon to be celebrating, I think. Follow him below deck.
You see, as this beautiful scene, as this statue getting hauled up, you see all of the sailors, like, they're wearing kind of small marble coins, either on their wristbands or necklaces or something, and they kind of touch them, and some of them kneel down, some of them just like look in reverence at this woman who has become some kind of legend, at least. And the statue stood up on the deck of the ship. The web kind of goes down. And you see Admiral Flint go up. She touches the statue. And everyone is like holding their breath. You can only hear, the water, like the gentle kind of rolling of the ship. And like a bunch of sailors just holding their breath as they're touching their small pieces. And you see Admiral Flint kind of... She doesn't look anywhere. She looks down. She looks at the statue. All right, it's just a statue. Get back to work. Guys, thank you. Everybody, let's get on. You lot there. A bunch of sailors come over. Put her in the aft galley. I'm in my quarters.
Can Nongol see if this is some sort of flesh to stone spell or some sort of petrification effect?
You would need to identify it. The item, but yeah, sure, you'll probably find out.
What was the captain's name again? Flynn?
Flint.
Flint.
Classic captain name.
Excuse me, Flint.
Master Nongol. And she like throws away like half a tear or something. Can I help you?
Is that a representation or is that actually your loved one?
I believe it's her. Last I saw of her, she was walking the plank in Blimey Bay, offered to the sea.
Could I perhaps...
This is the dress she wore on that day.
Could I perhaps see if I can... I can't promise anything, but I may be able to get her back to her original form.
Well, if you can do anything like that, I would truly be in your debt, Master Nongol.
Send her into the deck, I'll see what I can do.
She's already being carried into my quarters. Maybe you'll just do it there.
As you wish. Nongol will
Aye.
quickly follow the statue. And he'll put a hand on like her knee, because he's super short. Put a hand on her knee and say, It's going to be okay. And then runs off nervously.
All right then. Do you come in like the the sailors kind of put the statue. It's human sized, but the hair of it, like the long hair, going up, like sinking in the water. Yeah, obviously, obviously makes it quite a bit taller. It stands like in the middle of the room. You have the sun going in the window. It's a much nicer place after all the fish things are gone.
Okay. I'll just start ritually casting Identify on it. See if
You
there's-
sit
see if
down.
there's a spell on this that I could break.
So you sit down with the statue. How do you cast this Identify spell as ritual?
I just grab a pearl, and as I'm like kind of, as I'm touching the actual statue itself, I kind of use the pearl to kind of wave around, and I touch different parts of it. This takes about 10 minutes. It takes 9 minutes for me to go through my actual book to ritually cast it, and for about a minute, I'm just touching the statue and then waving this pearl around.
So, Pine, as you're waving the pearl around, you're kind of getting a bunch of weird magic energies, and then at some point, the pearl begins to glow a little bit with a white light. Do you do anything, or do you continue on?
No, I'll continue going.
So you're casting it. At some point, the pearl you kind of lose your grip on it as it begins to fly around on its own, kind of around the statue, and then it kind of flows up in front of her head.
Okay.
And then you hear a voice inside of your head.
Uh-oh, that's never good.
Who is this? Where am I?
I am Nong Shodwem Hugden Wuhapni Knabra Dinblim, a friend of Captain Flint. I'm here to see if I can return you to your lifelike form, your statue at the moment.
Flint, I remember loving a Flint once.
Yes, well, she'd like to see you
That
again.
was
Fleshy, not stony.
when I was Celestine. Now I'm something I don't quite know what I am anymore. And this is where we'll have a break for this session, guys. So we'll be back in half an hour at 7:15, and we'll figure out what is happening with this weird statue of the White Maiden, and hopefully we'll get a bit closer to what is happening here in Blimey Bay. So yeah, everybody, thanks for watching so far. I hope to see you in half an hour, and we'll see you later, ding dongs.
Boy, ding dongs.
See you later, ding dongs.